Hello everyone and welcome to the round 7 of our Anti-Star Racing IMSA series. Tonight we are at Suzuka, also in night time here in the race session. With me I have Simon, hello.
Hello, Paul, how are you doing?
I am good. After a 2-week break we had some other racing that you could say some people might have done either the Daytona 500 in the meantime, but we are back here at circuit racing with prototypes GT3s. Now we are currently seeing that the GT3s are doing their qualifying, so let's get on to it.
Probably the most important thing to mention here, as you see, it's very dark out. Obviously, like, these drivers will know the track, but sometimes it can be a little disorientating if you've practiced this track more often than not. I don't know how many times Suzuka actually goes here at times. Well, I mean, they've got no lights, they have to do it during the day, right? You'll be used to during this track during the day. You're used to be having your brake markers all just static lighting. There's a bunch of dynamic changes to the way you perceive the track. At times like this, that can make it very disorientating, so it can be a lot harder to set your good times. So we'll have to see if these drivers can adapt to these trying circumstances.
Looks like they are. At least we can go off onto a little longboard. Let's see. Shall we go on? That's almost starting that lap. Probably go for him. He's warming him up. Or is this already his first lap time that he's going to put? Because he was swerving a bit. It might be, yeah, he is letting out the spot, so he will try to do his first lap right now. Let's go on board, shall we? And see how the track is with the minimum visibility. Everyone has their yellow headlights too, which, already a little mistake there, but there we go. He starts here at the start-finish line as he goes on to a very fast corner to the right. Actually, I should put you, there you go, the track map. Very fast and a bit longer. Onto another second apex, tighter right-hand corner as you go to the Senna S's. As it goes downhill, uphill I mean, and it goes faster on the first ones and then slower on the next ones as it gets tighter and longer. Goes to the right now. Tries to really control the car. I could see him a bit fighting with the grip. As now he goes to a fast corner. Oof, yeah, this lap is not. This is not a good lap for him. Now this is a right fast corner. As he cuts, he has to cut the right side curve and be careful to not spin it on the left side curve, which are pretty high, onto another slow one below the bridge. Flat out corner here as he goes to a tight hairpin to the left, the slowest corner here on this track. So he now goes flat out onto a very long right-hand corner. And start on the left side as he goes to the right side there. As long as you can keep it on the right side for the next corner. Another very long Titans left side corner. Goes from 4th to 3rd gear. Tries to use the maximum on the outside, but that is an off-track. You cannot put all 4 wheels outside. That will be an off-track for him. A lap eliminated as he goes to another straight. This is also another part of the circuit that has a different pit lane. The West Circuit. So now goes on fast corner for the 140R. So goes to the right, left of the chicane here. Has to cut a lot more here. And put all the wheels off track there. And be careful not to step on the grass, otherwise the car will get unsettled as he crosses the line. There are total 6 sectors on this track. 6 sectors to be careful. Right.
But yeah, this track just seems like it's built very tight right now compared to what the 007 was expecting. As yeah, you can just see the car just wanting to keep going on every single one of these straights. So we look into the matrix for a brief second there, but yeah, it's just one of these things where as well as having the different visibility conditions, the track temp is also going to be significantly lower than what you're probably expecting. I don't have a number in front of me sadly, but yeah, conditions going to be different and you have to drive to those changes. You cannot rely on the surface being as slick as it might otherwise be. 21 degrees feels like that's a pretty cool track in terms of what it normally would be, so yeah, just that car is just going to want to plow. You have to be ready to slow down for it. Carlos Bowser currently leading the entire field by 1 second and change. Clearly adapted to the conditions perfectly, as everyone else now chasing that lap time. Still about 6 minutes left in qualifying, and you've also got the ability to get one last out lap going, so always potential there. No one particularly amazing lap as of yet. Daniel Maggioni currently our best bets, but just waiting for these lap times to come through. Everyone looks like they're in towards the back half of the laps now, so we'll see everyone come across the line. Charlotte will not improve. Maggioni will not improve. Kovac has potential, maybe. It's an even split through his lap. Looking across the line now. That looks promising if it's there. It is a 2:08. That will be put to 5th. No, downgrade 6 because Kemal Dar has come across the line. 2 minutes and, well, 0.3. So 007 goes into P4. It just looks so terrifying going around this track in this state, because Suzuka has no track lights, so every single light you see is another car, and that's another thing you have to consider, probably more during the race than actual qualifying. The amount of visibility change you're going to get with if you have a chasing car or a car in front of you lighting up different parts of the track, it can be very disorientating. As Arshad finally gets a decent lap, goes under that 2-minute mark, but only 59.9, still a decent gap off of Carlos Bowser, who has the run of the field right now. Lemaray potentially 2 green sectors, but need to see what he does across the line. It's not looking likely. No, I believe that lap was discounted. Bowser will improve.
Still the only GT that hasn't put a lap time until. Can he even improve from last place? The only competition he might have is Amy, and Amy is improving on their lap time. Already got 4 green sectors. Now a yellow. As he goes through 140R right before the chicane. Can it be a good one? Let's see. This is where you mostly lose the lap time as well. Because if you cut too much, you start grinding on those curves and the car just loses all the speed completely. And the balance. It's a really tough chicane compared to something like even bus stop from Spa. There we go, P12. Is an improvement.
Unfortunately, I need to step away for a moment. Do carry on without me. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, sure. So Kazboza is already on another lap here, trying to improve even more out of the gap from Samir Shad. Samir Shad, which is a GT3 AM driver. And put the class sets here. There we go. So yeah, Samir Shad P2 in GT3s overall, but P1 on the GT3 AM, so that's good on them. We will keep seeing how this goes on. Right. Kazboza had the purple sector, but I think he got an off track, so he quits his lap time, has to try again. 2 minutes warning for GT3 qualifying is about to end. As we see more GT3 still trying to improve their lap times. Again, 21-degree track, it's pretty cold. It might take a while for the tires to warm up perfectly for a lap time here. A lot of the curves there. You can even see them settling the car.
Ooh, that's a big bump there.
You
it's just like kind of what you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to optimize to the track, especially out of like through the Degners. There's like so much runoff you can take there. You just give up lap time if you're not just hurling yourself through those curbs. Spoon as well, you can run fairly far wide on the entry to it. And this exit section, you need to maximize the exit velocity because this is a huge straight you're coming up towards as well.
Then you have someone else. I was just hearing someone spin. There we go. Let's go back to Emery. He is going faster on the last part of the track. First part was all yellow sectors, but oof, there's another correction. Yeah, but it seems to really struggle here. What time is it? I actually forgot what time on track it is. I can actually check. So we can see the sunrise. It should be soon, maybe after the GTP qualifying.
It is currently 18 minutes past 5 in the morning.
There will be sunrise then happening.
Potentially, it is February in Sim, so sunrise not for a few hours at least.
That's true, I forgot. We put it on February. That's why also temperatures aren't the hottest, even for nighttime. But that's what these drivers have to get used to. They are racing drivers, and they have to adapt.
So last few laps come through here.
But they'll finally put a lap there. Still last place though.
Unfortunate.
It's all luck from there. Also, Marcel Reales has a purple sector.
Oh.
But 3 green yellow sectors. Can it even be an improvement? I mean, Samir Shad just tied the lap time there.
That's remarkable.
No, it is not tied. Something is wrong with my UI. Sorry. Let's see. I knew something was off because it says 9 temps still behind, so it is not tight. It's just something of a mistake on the UI. But let's see. This is qualifying over for the GT3s. Those that are just in a lap time, I think like Bart Scholler, they can still do another lap. If they can improve already a bit quickly. Let's see on the onboard, maybe we can see better on the track with the headlights on. This is what the drivers typically see here at nighttime.
And it just wants to drive forwards, it doesn't want to pivot. Stuff is getting away from these guys a little bit. I guess that's anti-manking corner for you. That corner just wants to run on and on and on, and you really feel it. Through the Degners, maybe could have gone a little more to the side there. Not too bad. Still putting up double yellows so far. Make it triple. Good take of the hairpin. Gets a nice out to the exit.
So far though, all yellow sectors, so GTPs are on track right now. It doesn't matter for Bart Charlotte. He's not going to come across the GTP drivers. This is 2 minutes long. Oh, that's an off track. That is it for the qualifying of Bart. And
Yeah.
that is it.
He's like, as soon as you wipe it out, no need to get in the way of these GTPs. Let them have the run of the track. And here we go then.
Now for the white headlights. Possibly more visibility for the guys. Let's see on the cockpit view. Yeah, I think they can see better with these headlights.
More visibility and also more blinding power when you get annoyed at someone and get on the blinker, but
It is
hopefully
true.
it doesn't come to that.
It sucks when you are behind one of the GTP drivers and they start flashing with these very bright headlights. But yeah, this is our GTPs going on. They are still on track. I think we have some on the hairpin. Let's see, Matthijs is here as well. I can already tell you how many points drivers need to win on their class. Can you give it a run through, please?
Yeah, sure. So, Matthias Wishton, currently at P1 in the championships, needs to outscore second place by 212 points to lock in the championship. Sebastian van der Heuvel, in a similar boat, but needs 321, so a taller ask for him. I believe first place gets around 380-ish. Can't remember the exact number.
If you qualify P1 and get P1 in the race, yes. Because qualifying is 10% of the points.
Yes, so potential, but not likely that Seb will lock it off this evening. In terms of GT3s, Samira Shad, the AM leader, needs 306 advantage over second place. Carlos Puya already has it in hand, given he has the lead and has not set a drop round yet, so he is golden as far as the championship is concerned. He will be your GT3 Pro champion.
And look at the speed that the GTPs take on the S's is incredible.
You have a lot more downforce in these cars, so it's a lot easier to carry speed there. Obviously, no amount of downforce will save you from a hairpin, but still the amount of power in the engine means even if you shed all that speed, you can just put your foot down, pick it all straight back up where you left it. See how much you can carry through Spoon. Not too much curb usage there and struggling to get the car pivoted in, but still.
Might be trying with 2 full tires yet. The GTPs are very sensible on the full tire. It will matter on the next lap. I'm seeing people are doing better sectors than Matthijs here.
Right through, going to the outside, so he's not happy with that lap. He's going to go again. If you want to set your time, you keep it pinned to the wall, minimise your track distance. Otherwise, you might as well take all the speeds you can from that final corner and throw it in turn 1 as hard as you can. Get it stopped up for T2. Wash out of the corner, and then try and bring it through these S's. You need to be careful through here, because obviously you want to maximise the corner speed, but you need to make sure you're not going out too wide, otherwise you'll compromise the next corner. It's always the balance you have to play through here. Up through Dunlop. Again, as much curb as you dare take, that might have been a little bit too much, but it'll keep going anyway. Hard flip through Degner. Get it stopped down all the way to the bottom of Degner 2, and then all the way back out again. Into the hairpin. Brake as late as you dare. Again, on the bottom of the corner, wash out. Not too far, because that exit does close up on you a fair bit. And then hammer down all the way into Spoon. Bring it to the right. Find the first apex. Again, as much curb as you dare on, apparently no curb is the dare here. And then you find the second apex, and then all the way down. Nope, that's an invalidated lap, I think. unfortunate end to that run. Because what you would get is a full speed 130R into this very delicate and relatively cumbersome Castillo triangle chicane for bringing it straight through the start-finish line. Gutierrez does so, and just a smidge off of Matthias Wichton, who is currently your pole sitter.
Ooh,
still in 10th. Van der Hoeven once again.
There we go. Lorenzo Foy gets the provisional pole for now. That's mean it really shows that the second lap is gonna be very, very important for the tires. Be warm enough to do the fastest lap time here.
I guess that's another side effect of these cold temperatures, is there's a lot less ambient temp to help bring those tyres up, so second lap definitely the one you want to watch out for here. 8 minutes left in the session, so presumably enough time for these guys to get 2 more laps on. This is a longer track with a 2-minute lap time, even, well, 1 minute 40s, still not massive in these cars, but still fairly chunky amount of time you have to spend getting it around the track in the first place. As Duhamel and Ullmann currently on green sectors, into yellow sectors. If Ullmann can get another green going, they're on very identical patterns here. Duhamel yet to set a lap time, and Ullmann probably not going to be happy given he's currently sat 5 seconds off pace. Could definitely bring that number down. So Duhamel coming up to the line. So look at the 29 of Alvaro Gutierrez. He's also coming through. This is his outlap, I believe, so no time set for him here, but
hasn't put, only Daniel Ronke hasn't put a lap time.
Yep.
But that's going for it again, but this is his first lap time. But already getting purple sectors is good. We will keep an eye on it.
If you're just a really good driver, you don't need tyre temp, you just need to put your foot in it. As a car's gone off in the S's, we'll keep it off track and take the tow, but yeah, while we have a moment, that's something you're going to have to watch out for as well, is this is a very tight, very grip conscientious track. You can lose the car very easily. In a situation like this in qualifying where you want to have a gap anyway, it's not going to be too bad. When these cars are actually in race conditions, especially in the opening laps, this is not a particularly wide track in places. It is going to be very easy to get tangled up in someone else's accident. So, something to be very aware of if you're driving these cars, especially in conditions like these.
There are certain corners, like under the bridge, that even harder to see when the accident happens.
Taking the 2 and S is definitely going to be your prime culprits today. And if anyone is foolhardy enough to make an overtake in the chicane, there's going to be an accident there. I'm not giving you like any wiggle room on that. If you're going too wide through there, someone's going off track. Which gets a fast lap in, that's going to keep him 3/10 clear of the field. This purple sector's definitely ending up in his favour. Gutierrez not looking particularly like he's on a fast lap right now, neither is Ricardo Tallin in the 227s. If only it's yellow all the way through for him, he's going to have to remain in second place. Oh, incident on track.
I think they were waiting for the car behind to pass.
Oh yeah, this is... You don't really want to be blocking someone on a fast lap as you go through the chicane yourself, so...
Also because it gives you a penalty. But I guess Sebastian isn't even going to do a fast lap.
Nope. Not sure what happened there. I was going to come back on track. I think maybe just going for another outlap. If you said tyre temp matters that much, might make more sense to do 2 outlaps instead of outlap and then 2 push laps.
It has time, yeah. Currently only 4 minutes left, so it's gotta be a fast one. Matthias still in his lap time, and This is the one that we need to look at, since this is going to be the fast one.
Does currently have 69 of Niels Ullmann in front of him. And no offense to Ullmann, but I think we know which of these two drivers is faster, so there's a good chance which is going to catch him here.
No, because Ullmann is he is on his lap
track. I thought we were.
Yeah, exactly, and also Matthias had to stop anyway. But that is his fastest lap time now, 5 times clear of Lorenzo Foley in P2.
I love this camera shot, by the way. The overheads, where you just see the moving lights of the cars.
If I can find it again. Oh.
Blimp, yeah.
Yeah.
It is very pretty. It's impossible to tell what's going on, but it just looks amazing.
You can see it just means that everyone's busy, like little ants on the ground. But yeah, as we go back on to our live feed, but Robin Duhamel is trying to improve this. He needs to catch Sebastian Van der Groep to not let him win it on his class of GTPA.
Duhamel currently sat in 9th place. Has enough time to get a lap going here, but needs to get the hammer down. With just over 2 minutes left in quali, so Ullmann looking like he's got a few greens in there, could potentially improve from 13th.
He does.
And will do so. Jumps up to 7th place.
I think he still has another lap to do as he goes on.
I suspect he might run out of tack time, unfortunately.
No, it's fine. It's gonna finish right around the 40-minute mark.
Oh yeah, these aren't GT3s. These guys do actually do sub 2 minute laps. That's fair.
Exactly.
I have 2 minutes in my head for some reason.
We'll keep an eye on him. Let's see, Jean Diers is also improving here. One of the few Cadillac drivers. I mean, there are only 2, but he's the best one at least.
We'll get given the pass by. Down in towards 130 up. Slings it through. Takes a good chunk of curb with him, as you should. And should bring it all the way to the right, onto basically riding the wall on the inside. Okay. No, that's the pit entry. That's a bit too far to the right, methinks, for a good lap, so he's gonna not take that one. Clam setter. Coming down to the line. Goes up into 10th place with a 44-1. Gutierrez and Tallinn on Matthias Wichton himself, all on yellows right now, so I'm not expecting any improvement out of them.
Niels Ullmann also quit his lap time, so that's it. I think anyone can improve their lap times right now. It is qualifying done. Everyone is on yellow sectors. So that is it for the qualifying.
And now we get into the really terrifying part. You've had the track to yourself for the most part. Now you have to march 2 wide in the darkness, full speed into turn 1 and hope for the best. And like, for everyone on the inside here, I hope you have a braking point. It's the only thing I'm going to say.
We are watching Lorenzo Zaffoli. Though this is not a lap counting, I think he's going to pit, which is also... No, actually, he's not going to pit. I thought he was at least going to practice going into the pit lane.
He's going to practice going straight.
And yeah, Robin Duhamel and Danny Runke then are the last ones to try out another lap. improvement? Can it be for Robin here? We can. Say stays in 11. Well, that is it then. I don't think there's anyone
Rennick
still doing
pitted.
well.
And Zafoli is having a good time. Just taking the track to himself. One single ray of light in the darkness.
Yeah, that's all you see. I mean, they're supposed to have at least some lights even on the pit lane, but fortunately,
Nope. Complete darkness.
yeah. Let's just see how the track is. Try to guess which part. I could even just close the map and you could just try and guess which part of the track that is.
I mean, I can't even. I'm staring at a black screen here. Is the problem?
Exactly. No, look. There is something.
Oh, that's the back stretch. He's got on now.
Yes.
Yeah. Into 130R eventually.
You can see
I
the
forget how long
140R
his back
there.
straight is.
Look, that's a chicane there after the bridge. You can clearly see that chicane, the pit lane that is here. Oh, there is some light there. You can see some light on the pit lane. There is.
Oh yeah. It'll come through the line and not improve.
Right,
606 unfortunately for
first
Robin
of all, for
Duhamel.
qualifying, a small apology for the checkered flag situation. We had some technical difficulties here, which meant the automatic messages weren't sent. So the automatic message to say checkered flag came out for GT3 was not sent. Further, this wasn't specifically discussed in the race briefing, but as per usual for the GT3 pole sitter, we ask you to leave a pretty decent gap between the GT3 field and the hypercar field. And finally, as the weekly reminder, you do not start on the green flag, you start when your class's pole sitter goes in the start zone. Right. That's all for me. Have a nice race.
You know
Race
what?
control already happened.
While race
Just coming over
control,
radio for some final reminders.
while race control was talking about it, I did notice there is a significant difference visually from my iRacing screen, like inside the game window, and well, how do I say this? The OBS what I'm using to broadcast, and you can clearly see some light on the background. But I think it's getting a bit on the sunrise, but you cannot see it here or on the broadcast, fortunately. But that's because of HDR. HDR does make a big difference on the visuals. Actually, what I'm seeing is it is rapidly getting sunrise.
We might be racing in the morning then.
Yeah, we will.
If I could find.
You can see more in the
Official
background.
sunrise. I'll have to take your word for that one. I'm afraid it just looks like black to me. Actually, fair. I have this on my side. Let me move this onto my main monitor. Over. No, that's actually made it worse. For
You can
me.
try it on the YouTube stream yourself. I think it looks better on the YouTube stream.
Give it a refresh on the YouTube because I've not had it open.
But yeah.
It just looks like black on my end. I have my monitors tuned differently, let's put it like that. Anyway, this is going to be a very terrifying start for everybody, I think, given that you are not going to have multi-class experience around Suzuka, probably, and I guarantee no one's going to have multi-class experience at Suzuka in the dark. So this is going to be a lot of testing the water for a lot of these guys of like, okay, trying to figure out where I can make moves, where I need to protect myself from moves, where I need to make sure I'm not making moves, because otherwise this GTP is going to just drive straight into my rear end. Suzuka does not have that many good overtaking opportunities for multi-class. There's the straight towards and out of the Degners, there's the front and back stretch. You can maybe get a move going into Spoon depending on where you are, but that's basically it. So you need to be very cautious, you need to be very patient, and if you're one of the classes racing as the car goes around in the background, You need to be careful of that as well. Because if you're offline in a situation where you're not expecting to be offline, sometimes that offline goes into an off track and you just lose your front end like that. Just a note for everyone watching at home, Race Control have stated that they are going to be issuing effectively all flags for anyone missing both of their front or both of their rear lights. Visibility obviously is at a premium tonight, so we're just making sure we're getting as much of it as we can. So if you're involved in an accident and you've lost your lights, you're going to the pits. It's 1 minute left in the warm-up again, just trying to get used to traffic. Trying to get your eyes in as to where they're trying to make moves. And I don't know if it's just the fact that we have all of the cars on track suddenly. I do agree it feels brighter around Suzuka right now, just marginally.
It will get brighter, that's for sure. We will get some sunrise during the race. Start seeing the sky as well.
I just got a brief glimpse of the sky and it's just a slight tinge of purple to it, which bodes well.
Exactly, yeah. Of course, this is an hour-long race, and I think we still have the full lap. No, I think it's a short lap of grading.
As per usual, fuel tanks have limited. We're expecting 2 pit stops out of everybody here today.
There we go.
Yep, a little bit of brightness in the sky there. Just because he's shown it in practice a few times, I will say we do believe that secondary pit lane is a slowdown issued by iRacing. Oh, there is a little bit of sun coming over the hill there.
Yeah, just put it on cinematic as we go through the grid.
And Matthias Wiston will be your grid leader then coming to the start of this race. He'll have Lorenzo Foley on his outside of T1. Wangster Vale and Sebastian Van der Hoover will be your second row, ahead of Alvaro Gutierrez and Ricardo Tallin. Niels Ullmann and Frankie Francesco will be behind them. Joao Diaz, Christian Glamsetter, Robin Duhamel, Daniel Ronek, Carlos Ponce, Carlos Bose, Samir Rashad and Marcelo Reales will be behind them. We have Murray Kamildar, Daniel Maggioni, Wout Goosens, Bart Charlotte, Roberto Kovac, Michael Bouter, Tim DeHont, Garrett Spence, Anthony Quaranta, Amy Grime, and Matteo Lemaray will ride shotgun on this field. It did occur to me halfway through that we went into the GT3 pack. I didn't notice. They will be split off, as we heard Race Control say, as I believe we have movement on track. As cars slowly make their way around behind the pace car. They'll come through the chicane. There is 1 hour of racing on the clock. As it comes to an absolute slowdown. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Suzuka. Wishton gets the jump.
Green, green, green.
And I think he's dropped Zafoli like a bad habit. Will slide in front. And Zafoli's going to be contested. No, he's going to stay clear into turn 1. As they fan out behind, fighting for position. Trying to squeeze their way through. Now, can the back of this pack that is still not meant to make it single file navigate their way through the S's? They will get it in line as they head into it, because you do not want to be going too wide through here. Sunlight has permeated the stands. The GT3s will take the start. Everybody keeps it clean through turn 1. And once you single file through the S's, you're probably clear of any immediate incident.
So far, very safe from both classes even.
That is well-managed racing. Credit to everyone involved. They've managed to make it through unscathed. We have the rush onto Spoon Alvaro Gutierrez. Currently under a little bit of pressure here. But again, not much room for overtakes in multi-class means even less room for manoeuvres within your class, so you will get bunched up like this. You need to pick your moments to make the overtakes. This light's definitely getting enhanced by the sun as all the GT3s go around the hairpin. A little bit of poking and prodding from Amy Graham. Trying to edge her way forwards. Up, car off track. I believe that is the 69 of Niels Ullmann.
It is, yeah. Also, something happened on the back to Daniel Rönnke. We will get through in a bit. Let's just see how this little battle here goes. Who is the bravest here on turn 1?
Joel sends it in deep, goes all the way around the outside. Able to keep his throttle in it. Racing has been issued by race control for some incidents. Francesca just manages to keep it pinned around the outside, crushes João Diaz to the apex and just drives off into the distance.
Yes, come on.
Kemmeldar on the radio, not happy and falling down the order in GT3s. See what happened with Ullmann then. Gets a little bit of grass going into 130R.
Something else.
Looks up the inside, not a move there, and gets a little heavy on the brakes, not wanting to drive straight into the back of someone.
And then separately, this happened all on its own, I think. See right here. This is what you expected for it to happen. No, it's missing the breaking point. That was it.
Yep. The other side of that equation.
And on the
We've
GT3
not seen
side,
too much and too little.
the GT3 side, this happened.
Race controller might have caused an incident, that one.
Oh, we saw
car
someone.
front.
Lap one, then
Someone
direction.
use a bit of the curbs.
Okay.
That's a bad breaking point. That's Emery, I think, out of the race on that Ferrari.
Goossens was looking at the inside. I think that was a dive bomb attempt there from Goossens.
It's the one before the chicane.
Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, we've seen.
So that was Ullmann you heard on the radio.
Yeah, we've seen it. We line up in there.
Diaz currently still stuck behind Francesca, sorry.
Franchicha. He goes a bit off track there, but I don't think this is the opportunity for an overtake since this is a really fast corner to the right here.
Too far back, yeah. Need to get through Degner's. Frankie a little bit offset into Degner too, but still manages to carry a great deal of speed through it. Fair play to him.
In general, Frankie is doing better on the corners, but speed on the exits that seems Rondi is being his strongest.
And yep, based on that brief assessment, I do have to agree with race control there. Goossens has been issued a drive-through penalty for causing a collision. On board with Lorenzo Foley, who is currently P2, being hounded by Juan Toa Vale. Potential here into turn 1, maybe a bit too far back this time. No, with that gap, he's not going to overcome that even with a bit of toe. It is a very long straight, but unfortunately not long enough. So we'll have to keep it in the toe of the black and green machine. This is the sector where you really feel it, because you are so reliant on downforce to maintain speed through this section. If you're just in the wake of the car behind it, it can be very uncomfortable through here. Diaz has closed up to Zafoli.
Let's start to see the reflection from the sky onto the cars.
I didn't think it would happen, but I do believe we're getting a sunrise in Japan.
See, even here on the 140R, all the GT3 is going. There is some light onto the track here, but everyone's just keeping really, really tidy. let's see. No one is really taking much of small space. I think we just missed the overtake of Frankie. On Frankie. But there is still a lap going. There's a chance that he might be overtaken John Deere by Frankie. Let's see if he can get some speed out of those corners. Yeah, so far he's actually doing the corners really well. Just job now to catch Rob into him out. Let's just see that overtake real quick that we missed. So this was on the hairpin? This goes on the inside. I think Frankie missed it or just slid him by. That's what happened.
You just missed the apex, and there from there it's a very easy overtake to make, given just how much power you get when hitting the racing line on that part of the track. Diaz in 8th, closing in slowly to Robert Duhamel. As Roberto Kovac currently sat in 4th in the GT3 field, looking to make a move from Daniel Maggioni. He's sat behind. They'll bring it through the Degners. Hard braking for the second one, but able to get it put onto the exit properly. I'll say the top 2 have broken away from their pack a little bit, Boza and Reales. Doing a good job of just making distance here. Oh, a bit of a scrap further back in the field. Lemeray under a great heaping of pressure from Quantara.
Oh, what a send! But can he make it on track?
That's a dive. You're not sticking that, brother.
Yeah.
Now in danger of getting overtaken by the car behind, as well as here come the prototypes. Mindy at the blink saying, get out of the way, I'm trying to take positions here. This is what you don't want if you're in the GTP field. You see this battle in front of you, like, please, I need to get past you, just get single file. Oh, into the hairpin?
Don't hit the car, don't hit the car! Oh, that was so close.
Too wide through the hairpin is so, just feels so sluggish, especially for these prototypes.
And if you just see Bar Short there on the track outside, we will check that in a bit. Just see how these traffics they go by. It's nice and well done. But now there's a battle here.
This is where you want to be catching them. Yeah, you don't want to be fighting through the corners, as Lemeray, I believe that is getting a warning for causing a collision. You can see they're all in the blinkers here. I'm on the shot.
Watch out for the curbs. Yeah, the curbs themselves, the car on the right side. It grinds you, and that is it. He broke his left suspension, left rear suspension. That isn't even connected the wheel to the ground. That is it.
You want to optimize as much as you can for taking those curbs on exit, but if you just get a little bit unsettled, the car just comes out from underneath you and there is no recovery at that point. As we're going around the outside of the hairpin, just try to take moves wherever you can find them. Franchicha has fallen off a bit at the back of Diaz as it stands currently, but given the amount of traffic they're currently going through, still plenty of time to make that back.
John Deere had to slow down a bit from the traffic. This might be an opportunity to get even closer.
There it is. Franchicha had a decent exit through Spoon, kept it tight, but Van Hoover under pressure and trying to make pressure himself. 3-0 battle for 3rd place here.
Meanwhile, the battle with Franchicha here, they got really close.
Just through the chicane, it can be a little misleading if someone gets a little bit too deep on the first chicane. That just compromises them so much for the exit. So this gap has re-established itself. Back up to the battle for 3rd place. As Van der Hoover goes through round the outside of the GT3, chasing through the S's, through anti-banking. But again, it's just this gap, you cannot really close that much through that section. Even if you have a deal of pace over your rivals there, you cannot afford to go too wide for that corner. You just lose so much time, given how much you have to compromise your exits. Guzman trying to close up here. Using the GT3s to his advantage. Does get clear of that car through the Degner. Oh, cutting it close though, now right on the rear bumper of Glamsetta. Not able to make the move though, and Glamsetta will be able to just drive off into Spoon unscathed for now.
That turbo, like, it really does happen on the exit of the slow corners for the Acuras.
Oh, car off track, Maggioni going a little bit wide there on Spoon.
Gives the opportunity for Roberto, his teammate, to go through.
So Vale still leading Van der Hoover for now. That gap staying about 0.4 of a second. Still offset lines just to get a little bit of air on the spoilers. Keep that car pinned, and then the gap extends out once again. You want to be about 0.6 off here just to make sure you're not getting too much dirt as you come through the S's. Seems to be where these cars are the happiest based on how the cars have been racing so far. I haven't talked about Matthias Wheatstone, and I will do so briefly. He has pulled up to a 5-second leader all over Lorenzo Zafoli, and I'm not expecting that to change based on the pace that Wheatstone has shown in every single race I've seen him in this season.
Yeah, he's on his own race. Oh.
Ooh. That is not how you want to get a position if you're Neil Sullivan, but you will take it.
And also something happened to Carlos Ponce, as you see. Real quick, I think he did it on his own here. And a bit of settling the car with the grass, I think it is. Yeah. That's a crash for him.
Oh, a little too much throttle on the curb, yep. And that is a headlights gone. Please go to pit lane and get it. Well, he's taken the tow, fair enough.
More than the headlights, to be honest.
The headlights, I think race control is going to call him out for, so I will do it as well.
Now, let's see who has the most speed here through this corner. It's really close. Does he get it? He might be close here because he might try to pass him on the pit straight. You can get through closer after the chicanes. Oh no, I don't think he did. The corner said, well, unfortunately, it's still far away for him to try to make a move.
Just going to have to stay in this draft and try get next lap. Looks a lot closer when you're off the car, I will say, but go back onto the GT3 fights. Anthony Quaranta trying to chase down Amy Grime.
But that as a defensor.
Oh, switch back. Dive into the chicane, perhaps.
Yeah, got the inside for the next corner, but it's the acceleration.
Defending car, but Amy should get the run here.
Does. But it's not over yet.
Quaranta, no, Quaranta's going to get the run back. And there's... Grim's going to have to make the first move. Stays in the middle of the track. And Quaranta says, okay, I take the inside, your move. Grim just sends it round the outside, and that just appears to be the favoured racing line through those first two corners.
Like it was trying to be a bit too respectful and to give way to not be too close to hitting each other already, I guess.
Yeah, that sort of speedy collision is a very good way for how to have two cars in the gravel at the exit of turn one.
But there isn't any other battles going on. I mean, not even traffic in classes, unless we mean closest we got is really on the back. Everyone's just keeping their paces, surprisingly.
I will say, all that stuff about like driving in the darkness and finding your braking points and whatnot, the sun's just brightened up this track magnificently the last 15 minutes. It almost looks like daytime right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing about sunrise, you know?
I didn't expect it to come on so strong and so suddenly is the thing. I thought we'd be in this like sort of mild darkness for a while. No, the sun is just here.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much now the headlight thing is probably not going to be an issue for these drivers.
See if race control changes their mind about requiring headlights, but I suspect they won't at this point. Still a little dark. Still nice to have knowledge in where people are on track, but visibility is definitely a lot better than it was at the start of this race, certainly. Diaz has closed into the back of Robin Duhamel and is currently trying to hunt down that third position as they get the chase going towards Spoon. And something we haven't spoken about yet, pit stops. They should be happening twice in this race, so we'd expect to see maybe the first take is... I'd say the pit window is open this maybe next lap for a lot of these people. What we have seen is everyone in this series does seem to like to go long. GTPs can seem to do about 25 minutes of racing, so give them another 8 or so minutes before we start to see them filter in. As we have a replay here, Tim DeHont looks to be a self-incident based on cars around him.
They were P3 on the AM class, so they were going well, but...
that is gravel into the barrier.
Can still keep going at least on the race.
Yes, but how good is that car going to be? I suspect he might be the earlier taker for the pit stops.
Exactly, as long as he can keep
Given
it
the
on the
damage.
road till the first pit stop, it might be in, well, 6 minutes, then he can fast repair it and get back on.
I mean, even... I don't know what the GT3 fuel tank is like, but presumably you can still do it in 2 stops from here. Just end up being a weird timing. No automatic meatballs will be given for headlights as the lighting situation has improved. So say race control. No longer automatic meatball. I do like the fact they have referred to it as an automatic meatball as well. But race control has spoken, so we no longer need to worry about headlights. It's just about the racing and the damage caused by collisions. As Diaz holding, or trying to hunt down, excuse me, third place. Robin Duhamel currently holding that position. Into the chicane. As we go back into the GT3 field, Daniel Maggioni trying to get third place in the GT3 Pro field. Just about a second off the back of Roberto Kovac.
Look at the beautiful color of the sunrise here.
Suzuka is a very pretty track, I will give it that. The racing, hey, you know, it's good, but the scenery is why we all come here.
Yeah.
It does look like Maggioni has fallen back a little bit off of Kovac. Certainly a lighter field than we've seen in the previous races. Oh, that's a car with the gravel. Foley got on the microphone as well in a separate incident, but Diaz... I mean, I have to believe that was just trying to take too much into negative 2 based on where it happened, but does end up in the ground. Will drive off to safety, but has Frankie Francica currently hounding in 4th place. Maybe a look on the inside of Spoon hit. No, thinks better of it, keeps it back in line. But potential here, there's a huge straight coming, and that's not a great deal of gap. The toe should be able to close that up. And that's just, do you want to go down the inside of 130R, or are you going to try and make you move down the chicane instead? Francica in that purple and yellow car holds all the cards right now. They'll fling it through 130R. Francica looking to the inside, backs off of it, will stay on the bumper, potentially looking for moving to T1 instead. Nope. Diaz taps out immediately. This is within his pit window. If he has damage, he can just get that cleaned off. He'll be fine in the long, but Neil Zulman now hunting for 4th himself. Too far back this time to make a move.
That might have been an ideal situation, just go pit. You don't need to lose time fighting another driver. But also, yeah, he
Again.
probably did hit a bit brush that wall, so might as well repair it. Possible.
And this is, again, within the pit window of... It might not be the optimal strategy. You're definitely in the window where you are 2 stops from here, which is where you want to be as a GTP goes off track, trying to make moves in Dunlop curve of all places. It's Grim fighting for position. 3 wide on exit. GTP will clear the ball. It's Quaranta and Grim fighting for 3rd place. And as Franchicha dives up the inside. Space given by the GT3s, but I'm going to be happy about it, certainly. Franchicha is not hesitating here.
Feels really the pressure from Neil Zuman behind him.
The GT3, but they should catch this one in the straight, so no risky moves need to be made there. But yeah, Franchicha and Ulhaman just going toe to toe here. We'll get a little bit separated going into the chicane. Franchicha takes so much of that first curb. Oh, they're both hitting towards the pits though. Scheduled stop for both drivers.
Oh no! There was a tap on the behind.
Quaranta and Grim, excuse me, get into each other. I'm not sure what happened there. I will hail a replay either way. Oh, you can't be doing that, Quaranta.
Yeah, it was too close for the car ahead. That is not a valid overtake, that's for sure. You see many drivers on the pits here, are the GTP AM drivers.
I believe there are just 5 cars left on track. Wichita Novale, Dan van der Heuvel, Gutierrez and Glamsetta will be the last cars to pit here, and that, based on the fuel tanks, probably to come in this lap. As race control investigating that incident we just showed on replay. As Van der Heuvel seems to be struggling with connectivity issues so far.
No, it's not him, it's me.
Oh, right, nope, yep, that's unfortunately
it was Maya Racing just suddenly was mental.
Meaning Sebastian is completely fine and will drive, hopefully unscathed, into the pit lane here, which has pitted.
This happened to Bart Short, apparently. No, I want Bart Short, there we go. You remember what happened on Discord to him? Okay, after this event of S suddenly losing control? Yeah.
I can't remember if... Oh, no.
This happened before to him and he broke his rear. And now he did the same thing again and he broke his rear again. So it seems like he has some trouble on that specific order.
I guess he's just trying to get the car a bit looser to try and deal with the colder conditions, and when he gets on that curb, it gets unsettled a bit too much and it just loops on him.
Thing is, he already used his fast repair, so I don't think he can even return to the track unless he's gonna waste all of the race time in the pits.
I suspect if he's going to be back on track, he's going to be limping at home, certainly. I think that is Bart Charlotte stuck 13th in the GT3 field. As Bowman has pitted, yep, everyone in the GTP field has now pitted. Glamsetta, the last 2 take the pits, still in there. As I believe the entirety of the GT3 field has also pitted, so everyone taking their first 2 stops. Just over half race distance to go. Van der Heuvel currently, I believe, well, I mean, he's chasing a GTP AM championship and currently looking to take another win in that category. Ricardo Tallon currently has P1 in that field, but is being chased down, as it would appear, by the 93. Currently less than a second gap, but it does look like that's slowly closing in. As race control do agree with my very brief assessment, Quaranta has been given a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision.
I was just surprised it was a 10 seconds, because it seemed a bit harsh. No, not harsh for the incident, but harshly unfair for Amy, which it was the car behind that had to be in control, but it seems like they just go right through them.
Race control obviously looking at more than one replay than we are. We could spend hours analysing some of these incidents, but fortunately we only have 1 hour for the entire broadcast.
Exactly. Right, everyone has done their pit stop, so now it's just keep racing and see what's gonna happen in the next 30 minutes. We're almost halfway through.
Well, I suspect what we're going to see is more of a lead from Matthias Wiston, who is currently got a 5-second buffer for his second place
He lost
in
time
GTP
then.
standings ahead of Lorenzo Zafoli. Oh, he has lost a little bit of time, but I suspect he might have had a little bit of traffic to comb through. That's the thing, it doesn't matter how fast you are as an individual driver. Sometimes you're just going to have to lose time to a GT3 and there's nothing you can do about it. This is the way of endurance racing. Oh, I believe Alvaro Gutierrez went a little bit off track there. But nothing too major to report on. Shout out to Samir Rashad, who currently, I believe, is leading the GT3 AM category and indeed this race. For his category at least. 7.5 towards 8-second buffer for him, so feeling pretty confident. Looks like it's just quiet around the racetrack. Everyone's sort of found their margins, just working towards them, trying to turn laps, trying to keep the car pointed forwards. It is basically a bright and sunny day at 6:30 in the morning in Suzuka for some reason, but
They don't call it the land of the rising sun for nothing, right?
that's true. Oh, is that a car off track or is that just the? I believe Tim DeHont might have gone off track at Spoon.
They have.
And he's going in a bit sideways there, which is generally considered to be suboptimal.
Yeah,
We'll get it across the track by the time everyone gets to him, but
a bit of drifting, and he gets past. Meanwhile, Gustins is back on track. I guess his car is still damaged somewhere, possibly, or didn't actually damage that much. But yeah, he's still in the back of a lot of other drivers. He needs to recover now. I have more pace against Matteo, though. We'll see. Yeah, it's okay. Already getting really close to them. Let's go on the onboard.
yep. Houston's still third in AM, so decent chance to make up some positions here. Granted, in front of Lemeray is a great deal of space, so he'll need to close in some lap time, and there's only half the race to go, so. Not an amazing exit there through Dunlop for Lemeray.
No, actually, you're not in for Woods.
Closing.
Gustins has been getting a lot of understeer on the corners.
And a massive wobble as he clobbers the curbs through both Dagan and is struggling to get back on the power. Closes up to the rear, tries to get the car pivoted. Little slide on exit, but not too bad there. And that Ferrari. Not really able to make the move sticking, he's just looking a little slidey here. It's just not that confident getting back on the power, so it does mean that anytime it closes up, Lemonrade's going to be able to get a little bit back on exit, but this looks like a decent run here for Goosens. Both clunk through 130R. There's a chance for a look down the inside at the chicane. Goosens is going to make the dive. Can he make it stick?
Oh, no, he didn't.
He's going to get collected and spins around. Thinking I tried to go in a bit too deep there. I don't think there was much space for the BMW on the exit of that corner.
No, I think he closed too much on the exit there. Check real quick how it happened. Nope, this one. So he already had the advantage here from the 140R. He got really close to the car ahead of him, positioned himself really well. But then, as he was doing this corner, he didn't brake enough and just caused itself to spin.
Race control already on the buzzer about that one. They have called it a racing incident. I do have to agree with their assessments. Yeah.
It wasn't badly intentioned, but it's also one of those things that the little touch to the other car can make you spin. It just looks worse than it actually is. It's just racing incident, really. It wasn't a bad, but it was a bad move because he didn't actually have a really good position that made him spin. But we've seen a lot worse things to be caused an incident than that, you know.
Absolutely. Look at here at the GTP leader, Ricardo Tallin, who's currently being hounded by Sebastian Vandenhoever once again. Has a decent bit of breathing room here, but that gap is just going to ebb and flow away until Vandenhoever finds the gap he needs to get that car down the inside and take that P1 in GTP Amfield once again. Through Spoon. Offsetting each other's lines. Sebastian keeping it more towards the inside. As Ricardo takes that more wide line, taking a lot more of the exit of each of those apexes. Sebastian looking awfully close this time though.
Yeah, it's getting close, it's getting close.
No, surely not. Not this time.
Not this straight, but he can do it on the next one. Look. Already. Bumper to bumper.
Keeps close. Takes a lot more curb. That doesn't mean you don't have a lot less grip as you try and get the power down. So Ricardo Tallin's going to be able to build himself a buffer.
GT3's ahead.
And won't have a chance here, but with the GT3 it's going to block him up significantly through this S section. Unless he gets clear around the outside. Good move there by Ricardo Tallin. Make sure he's not blocked by the GT3 up the S's. That is also going to mean Sebastian cannot stay in lockstep through this section. He's going to have to fall back into the GT3 fields. Spence currently holding off Michael Bouter in the fight for second place GT3 AM. Gets a little bit of breathing room out of the hairpin, excuse me, as there's a GTP that's looking very impatient. Gets on the headlights to get through. Oh, Diaz and Grimm under investigation. Have to see what happened there, but right about to still trying to close that gap up again. Seems to just get disconnected through that hairpin, hasn't been able to close up since. Talon has given himself a bit more breathing room to Vandenhoever. Ullerman currently tries to chase down Robin Duhamel, easy for me to say. But once again, Matthias Wischten, not as clear as the field as he could be, but still a 6-second buffer working for him. He's going to try and take this GT3 down the inside of 130R, isn't he? He's not going to make it stick.
Oh, something else.
That's from...
No, I thought he was again! Again, this happened on lap 1.
Not from Ullman, I don't think, but...
It was from Ullman.
Oh, never mind then. I forgot. Huge penalty has been slammed down from race control here. Joao Diaz, drive-through penalty causing a collision GTP to GT3.
Why did I not see that incident?
Lap 17 from race control. I don't know if that's of any use to you in terms of finding it, but
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Oh no.
Oh well.
We might have to find it post-race then, but Ricardo Talent. Oh, no. Samira Shad instead, who it looks like is going to have a bit of a spook by a GTP. Nope, they'll go around the outside safely.
It
And
just
the car just slides out from underneath him.
GT3 things. He's still leading his class though, so it's fine. It's
Down to a
better,
5
still
second
going.
buffer and lead GT3
Oh,
Hammers.
this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Can it
He's
really
going
go
to
to the
work
pits
the
now?
outside of the final corner.
Nah, he's
But he's going to build up a lot of speed. Very close. A little bit of a toe. Looks down the inside for chance. It's going to be defended. I don't know who's going to have to work the outside of turn 1, but that has been the favoured line all race long. Can he keep the speed up? No, it's going to be a slide up in front from Talon, who's going to hold on to the position for now. And it looks like Van der Hooven might have just lost a little bit too much time going through turn 2 to really keep that gap close. Through the S's they go. And this is the part where you, again, feel that aero wash a lot, and you're going to just get that gap built up. What was on top of each other side by side in turn 1 has built up to 4/10 through into Dunlop. That gap will close down again. Van den Hooven just feels a lot more confident through this section, it does seem. Can't keep it close to Degnan 2 though. Hairpin GT3 in front of them. Means Ricardo Talon's going to have to jink out of line, perhaps earlier than they'd like to. Van den Hooven able to get a smooth sweep out there. And a healthy dose of toe. Goossens and Karanta under investigation as well. But Van der Hooven still trying to chase, but has just fallen off the back through Spoon Curve. No immediate threat to Ricardo Talon.
That was close. But nope, he still managed to hang on, Ricardo Talon ahead. What is Matthias doing? He's still 6.7 seconds ahead. Gap hasn't changed much to P2 of Lorenzo Zafoli.
It could just be just toning it down a little bit. So the Suzuka is a very demanding track,
Yeah,
and
but
it can be really just slip a tyre, but we know Winston has a lot of pace in hand.
Yeah,
If
but
he's not able to like build the gap through GT3 field, it could just be the case that he's just going, okay, I'm just going to play patient, make sure I'm not getting clear of any GT3s. He is clear of the GT3 field for now, so might build that gap up. Also, probably just has found some miracle pace in the changing conditions and might be trying to close up a little bit.
yeah, but just remember this: you're a racing driver. Why would you take it easy?
Tyres. Listen, I come from oval, right? If you go 100% in all of your stints, what you're going to do is you're going to cook your right side tyres. You are going to lose grip. You are going into the wall one way or the other.
Track
I don't
temperature
know.
is still 21 degrees. It's still cold.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so GT3s have gone to the pits already, the GT3 AM, so we are going to start seeing another round of pit stops from these drivers.
It's about on time, perhaps a little earlier than some of these drivers like to come in. I'm expecting the leaders to come in about 48 minutes in this race. See when that actually is lining up on their cycle again. Relatively long lap time here. There's Van der Hooven. And now a huge gap has formed between him and Ricardo Talon. Not sure how that happened, but that gap, where once they were on top of each other, Ricardo Talon's pulled out just shy of a 2-second gap. Has to believe GT3's responsible for that. But there is a small window of opportunity for potentially getting an undercut going as gets a little bit too close to the rear of that GT3 coming through the corner. Gutierrez not necessarily fighting for the position with Van der Hoover. They are obviously fighting for different championships, but this is for the GTP field as a whole, so obviously a little bit of prize place going on there. And we've seen Sebastian have the run of the fields, several podiums or close finishes in the overall GTP category. He does not feel like an am sometimes, but another investigation. Ilman and Marcelo Reales under investigation. Reales third place in GT3 Pro right now. And I believe this is the incident we're investigating here. And that is just very silly. I'm not sure who caused that, and presumably race control is going to figure that out for me, but I don't like it from either of them.
Okay, let's see on this perspective, shall we?
Oh. I was talking about, you know, how you have to give the space through the S's because you don't want to be too wide through here, just given how slippery the track is. So there's clearly a space that Ullman thinks is on the inside there. I don't care who it's on. I mentally put that on Ullman. You don't want to be making moves through the S's, even if you are technically in the right for trying to make the move. It is very low percentage at the best of times.
Especially if you're unpredictable when you're going to do it. It's not did another crash. Hold on. This is a different one.
I will say his car didn't look particularly stable through this, and there it goes. I think that car might have existing damage. Because he looks very unstable through this, which I believe is what caused the contact with Ullman in the first place, but... Van der Hoover gets on the blinkers nice and early to let the GT3 know, hey, I'm trying to make the move into the negative here. Slowly clawing that gap back to Ricardo Talent.
Another one.
Oh, it just goes from bad to worse for Reales.
Ooh, what?
Oh,
okay, this is different. This is something we need to see again.
I'd like a different camera on that one, if you please.
No, not this one. It's this one.
It looks like netcode, but I don't know if netcode precluded an actual incident.
Okay.
Ooh, very close there. Reales takes the toe.
So that was Frankie
under investigation.
Frankie Franchicha here, and let's see his onboard, shall we? Maybe on the onboard. Tell.
I have to put that on Franchicha. I don't know actually.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's just bad luck.
You expect the GT3 to wash out there, naturally. That is the natural racing line. You know they're going towards the outside of the corner. You're not really there through the corner to establish yourself on the exit. I'm not sure race control will look favourably on that one. Either way, incident between Matthias Wigston and Amy Grimm being investigated. Grimm's been in the wars this race. She's got no rear end. Oh, it's no. Returned.
No, but this was even after, because apparently she spent 7 minutes in the pits. Ah, so she just stops. I think something before happened, which caused.
No, she was on the blinkers on the exit there. She was clearly unhappy about something. I don't know if you've got an earlier incident for her, but
no, I do not have it. Well, that's in the past. It's another race to forget, I guess.
Unfortunately, I believe that's 3 separate incidents the race controls looked out for her, and she's been in the war certainly. As Van der Hoover has now closed up to the back of Ricardo Talon once again. Unfortunately, getting stuck behind this Jeep. No, going to go around the inside. Establishes it nice and early, gets on the blinkers, lets him know he's there. as Talon dives into the pit lane. This is going to be the second round of stops then, as I believe, yeah, that's just about where you want it to be. Maybe one lap early, but Van Hoover's going to make that one all the way around the track. It's basically 13 and 14 lap stints on the first half for everybody, and we're slowly approaching that point for the entire field. Wishton. See, I'm kind of with you, where like, okay, Wishton might be conserving, but you'd expect it to be a little far there. The gap just jumps up half a second as soon as I say that, so.
It's not like Matthias can't win it on the next race either. Oh, that's GTP. So Harris to what was it? Frankie Franchicha.
Yes, that was the incident through No, that wasn't the that was the 130R incident, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Which I want to see again, and this time let's put on a different camera, even this one. Sorry, so is it? Yeah, I think we need to check it behind. We need to check it behind. I'm sorry, but I'm so curious to why this was happening. It just seems that they kept it on the inside, but then they go to the outside, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I will retract my previous assessment. Franchicha does look like he establishes the outside very early. He does look like he's trying to go all the way around the outside. He's there a lot earlier than I thought he was on the onboard. So fair play to him. He did get that move set up in advance and did just get his nose chopped off across. Yeah. Goossens has been handed another 10-second time penalty, I believe. I don't know if that was. I have it in my head he's had another one previously.
I didn't see it.
I know he had a drive-through earlier. This is his first 10-second. But he's definitely been in the wars.
These two are still together. Oh no, actually no. Sebastian should be in the pit now, and he is actually in the pit right now. And is it ahead of Ricardo Tolli?
Really nice short stop from Sebastian Van der Hoover. That's why you want to come in later.
That is.
That is a. Okay, one of them must have taken tyres. I'm going to look at pit times here. Sebastian Van der Hoover 33 seconds. Ricardo Tallon 39. That is pit line to pit line. So I don't know if there was one of them just got a massive jump on entry or exit, but it could also be one of them took tyres and one of them didn't. Glansetter on his own 130R.
No, it's not 140R. It's a chicane. Brakes too hard. Brakes too hard.
Too hard. He locks up, goes to the escape road instead. The moto section that is not designed for GTPs.
Wait, actually, is that the motor section? Because it's too tight for me motors. I think the motor section isn't in iRacing.
I don't know if they have a moto layout in iRacing. I believe that is part of the moto circuit. I just don't know if they use it in iRacing. He says going to Google to check that.
Yeah, because it's too tight to be motors, I think. It's what I'm used to seeing. Moto versions on tracks is usually not as tight because you can't really do tight corners on a bike.
Meanwhile, on actual content, Lemeray is being hounded by Wout Goossens. I don't know if he served his penalty yet or not.
10 seconds, so it has to be at the end of the race. That doesn't mean they can't race each other, so...
Oh yeah, if he has a chance you can get past, which by the looks of it, Goossens really thinks this move is on. Look at the inside of 130R, probably not the wisest decision. He's going to look for the chicane instead, but unfortunately that means there's a giant buffer built up. He's going to look down the inside, it's going to get defended. Cross on the outside, not sure about that, but it'll stand for now. GTP behind is going to dive the outside of both these cars.
I do wonder where they're going to overtake. Goossens is going to overtake Mattel because he has a speed, just a right part of the track to do the overtake.
Oh, this definitely isn't the right part, as I've established many times at this point.
No, never. But you still need to
All
be
you can
close
do
to
is-
the front, to the rear bumper of the car ahead. But I just noticed that
There's
every time this
potential
Ferrari keeps understeering a lot. But let's see if we can get closer now. Again, this is the corner
the one who was
to
feeling brave.
This is the corner to What is that? You don't.
No, that is what we like to call the intimidate button. Show the nose, make the opponent think you're going for it, and see if they make the mistake.
Yeah, but that doesn't work.
Clearly not.
Okay, that was a tight one. That was nice. Can you get the speed before the spin corner? No, it's already too late. I think that BMW is too good on the straight line. And again, understeers out to the outside part of the track.
To be fair, it's not a bad place to be at Spoon Corner, but it's not the racing line.
One with the penalty.
Yep, 69 car is currently placed in...
Oh, what is this?
Where?
It
I
happened.
look away for 1 second, and it's a dive at 130R of all places. It'll be fought back at the chicane. The inside line favourable there will slide up in front.
Mateus just doing the chicane a lot better than Gusens here. Just need to
Yeah,
get the
inside
better
line
corners.
is so much easier.
That too, yeah.
Dive up the inside of turn 1 potentially for Goosen.
No,
Not going
it's
to put in line. There's
GTP,
GT3 there. GTP, excuse me. There's
Watch
GT.
out, don't get too
Ooh,
close
he
to the
squeezed
GTP.
him.
There we go. That's John D is going through.
Around the outside of the S is a bit risky. He's going to compromise the GT3. They're going to be side by side. Surely Goosen has to back out of this one. Indeed he does. Has to be frustrating though, knowing that you're there, but you cannot make this move stick. You've been side by side twice now. You need to get up in front. I'm already doing a stout job of defending. See if Goosen's get a run going into the hairpin. Looking
Got the hairpin?
unlikely. No, gives him the room. I think Lemeray felt the dive bomb happening, and I think that's Lemeray off track.
No,
Keeps it on.
stayed wide, but for the next corner,
Very wide exit.
Gusens has the inside for the next corner, so let's see if he can keep it on track and not understeer it onto Monteo. Oh, they kind of nudge each other, but inside for the next corner now, it's full speed ahead. There we go, now Matteo, we saw how he had better top speed on the straight. Can he actually get it closer to him before one for the yard? He tries to look at it, he goes on the outside there, making it more difficult for Gusens.
I do not like that move from Goosen's. That
It's
looked
fine.
like he cut across his nose.
It is fine for him now. Gusens stays ahead, and now he just has to keep it ahead of Matteo. There are no more pit stops and it's 5 minutes to go, so this is just straight racing till the end.
The other main battle going on track is for the lead of the GT3M category. Bauta just about ahead of Samir Rashad, who's looking to win a championship, I might add. But Bauta looking to hold on the chances for at least one more round, potentially. We'll go through in lockstep. Rashad gaining slightly, not much going there. Goosens has pulled away from Lemeray in the meanwhile. It's a decent corner for Bauta, but it looks like Rashad has the run on exit here. Roberto Kovac in the pro category, excuse me, has Daniel Maggioni behind him. Just a small gap going there as well. As we go back Two bounce runner Shad. Down through the chicane, and it's not a great entry there from your leader. But there's not a great deal of space to work in from Samir Rashad, who's forced to just keep this 4/10 distance from the leader. Bowser needs to make these corners work. They've got a GTP hounding them. It's going to take the outside of Rashad here through turns 1 and 2. Really pinching off the exit for the GT3. Side by side into the entry of the S's. Carter Talon apologising for something. Presumably to Carlos Boza.
Well, Woodcousins crashed.
Oh. That's a rough ending to that battle, certainly, as he will regain that 5th position. And a decent buffer to boot. You said that so nonchalantly as well. It's like, oh yeah, he crashed. Oh.
This is what I wanted to see. This is our race leader.
Carlos Boza on the curbs, too much of it. Crunch.
And he had a 28-second lead. Also, yeah, we see Woodcousins right ahead. But none of them are pitting. I mean, yes, them in front, but he's still on track.
There's about 2 minutes left of the race, I think. Like, just keep it on track. You'll be limping to the end, certainly, but you can get it there.
And this is another of those don't break, it means right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This corner has gotten so many victims. Again, this is what happened to Woodcousins, and why he lost to Matteo once again. Was it on turn 1 or turn 2?
Double grass.
So it might,
no,
yeah, it's just losing control of the car or middle braking. Yeah. Well, this
unfortunate ends that battle then. The Shads and Bowser. Bowser with a very slow cut across the jib there. But there's no overlap, so he's fine to do it. Bowser and Shads, your main battle for the race. This is 1 minute warning for all of these drivers. Wichton passing by them now. He will be the one taking the checkered flag as they come to the line. So this is the last lap, I believe. Shad looks at the inside of Dunlop, but obviously no move could be made there. But potential down to Degner's. Nope, thinks better of it. Chooses to keep it single file through here. There's a potential run at the hairpin. Bowser might go defensive here. Nope, he's going to give the inside and Shad takes it. Can he get the run on exit? He needs to keep it competitive. Looks like no, he cannot build the exit. It's going to be Bowser sliding in front, maintaining that high line velocity you get just for having that wider exit. They are coming to the checkered flag here. Will be Matthias Wichton, but I want to stay here on this battle because this is going to be your leader for the GT3 AM category. With GTPs getting involved in it as well, why not? They'll clear them by the time they get into 130R.
They are not in the same lap as GTP, so we don't even need to see what they're doing. It's just these two, there we are.
Oh, he takes the grass! Ashad keeps it together, gets on the grass on the exit, has set up a perfect exit, taking the outside of the chicane, trying to get the inside of the next one, they make contact! Around goes Michael Bowser! Samir Rashad will take the checkered flag in first place, but immediately race control say, we're not having that, we're investigating. We'll have to see what comes of it, but at least Samir Rashad will take the checkered flag as the leader.
That is very unfair. Very unfair for Michael Booth there. He was doing everything perfectly, but he tried to even leave some space on the outside. He should have left some space on the outside, on the inside, I mean. But then again, I don't think Samir would have actually overtaken in that corner. It's just too aggressive in both parties. There's one for the
racing incident has been ruled by race control.
What? No, this is the same one.
Is that not a different one?
Well, it says Ronke RRS. ARS is someone else. And Buta. It was something else that happened for them. Oh, Arshad it is. But
Yeah,
that's
Arshad,
not
yeah.
lap that's lap 29. It is this one. What? That was a fast report. Okay, so that is it for our race then. Some are still driving, of course. Then Daniel McGionney and Roberto Kovac, the teammates here, they are still on their own race here. But it seems like Roberto Kovac will finish it in P2 of his class. So good on him.
And a good flash of the headlights from his teammates. So congratulations, we got the 1-2, or the 2-3, excuse me, but Carlos Bowser, despite having that very scary moment.
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah, but that's the thing, he had such a big gap that he could just even coast it to the end, but if as well for Matthias, I mean, good job for him, he is champion of IMSA Series Season 4, for sure with that result.
Message from race control.
And also,
Move
yeah,
it quickly helps. It was easy to decide.
yeah, so that means Samir Shah wins it on his class, doesn't it?
I don't know if it means he wins his class, but it certainly bodes well for him. I don't know if they'll get the... They need to outscore the second place by a significant amount of points to get the guaranteed victory. But for Matthias Wiesner, who joins us now, it has to feel very good to collect another win. Congratulations once again, mate.
Hey, mate. Yeah, that was a very good race again. So very happy to get it done.
One thing I want to ask you about is, I think we all came into this expecting a solid night race. How did the track conditions change out there, if they did at all, and how did it affect you?
Well, the track conditions stayed a bit the same. The only thing that was a bit shitty was the upcoming sunrise. Because if we head on to 130R, yeah, you get the full sun into your face. So I have to really hold in to see the steering point of the corner. So that was a bit tricky.
Also, the obligatory question, how's traffic for you out there? Because I always associated Suzuka with being fairly narrow and hard to pass, but it looked like you were having no trouble with most of the traffic, at least.
Yeah, this track was for me the first time with multiclass. So yeah, I was expecting some chaos, but yeah, on the end it was still doable. But if the GT3 cars are predictable and stay on their line, for me is a lot easier to choose the corners where to overtake, especially in the S's. But yeah, sometimes I just to be patient when overtaking. But yeah, overall it was pretty doable.
Paolo, I don't know if you had a question there.
I was gonna say that, yeah, on 140R, I did see a lot of people having incidents. So it could be on the 140R and even the chicane that the sun might have made it difficult for some people to see, or it could just be that people were pushing too hard and using the curbs on the right side and making it spin. So did you actually take it easy on purpose doing that, or did you just drove it normally?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I drove it normally, like I did all race. On the end of the race, yeah, my tires were a bit gone, so yeah, I braked a little bit earlier than in the start of the stint. But yeah, it was pretty doable. Yeah.
I'll have a brief mention of the championship. Obviously, you're the leader by quite some significant margin. You're heading into Sebring with a very healthy lead. How are you feeling about that track?
He won
Yeah,
it.
Sebring is. Yeah,
championship you won.
Sebring. I already got the championship. I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very nice to end the season yeah, with the last race where I can risk it all. So very happy to yeah, to get the championship done. And next race, yeah, I think it will be fun for me if I start from the back of the pack and see yeah, what I can do from there. Sebring is a very fun track. Yeah, I expect to have some pace there. So I let the others fight it on track, and for me, yeah, I want to have some fun on Sebring. So I started from the back.
Yeah, now
That's
you
the first
can.
challenge then for Matthias Wijkin.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for your time, and once again, congratulations on your win tonight.
Yes, thanks, mate.
Also here in the booth we have Carlos Boza, which already was a GT3 Pro Champion from last race, but we can still say congratulations on your championship win, Carlos.
Thank you so much.
Now, you were close to winning it last year, right? So, this is... Not last year, I mean last season. So, this is finally redemption. Would you say?
Yes, last season I could win the championship in the last race. But yes, this season I could manage much better this championship. And yeah, I could win some races. So for that reason, I was very constant. So I'm very happy with myself, with my pace. Congratulations to all drivers, organization. You made an awesome work.
Thank you. But for you, I don't think it was even easy because you had to fight especially a lot of the mag drivers. So to
Yes.
even finish it in the end, you were just being there really helped you. But even when you were racing them, you really kept it in your pace and had every opportunity to beat them, and you did even. So how do you expect it to entering the season if it was an easy win compared to last season, or did you actually think you had to start working better to get better results?
Well, at the start of the season, when I saw the drivers' names, as you said, Mac drivers, they were very fast. As all can see, the first race I had some problems with them. They were very fast, and they managed very well because, as you know, they are a whole team, so they help to each other, and I was alone, so I couldn't do too much. But yeah, I focus on myself in every race. I try to give my best pace, and yeah. I don't know what happened with them, but they didn't race. So I try to save my car in every race and to make good points. For me, it's an honor to win this championship with one race left. So I'm very happy.
Well, congratulations. And do you have any question, Simon?
I'm going to be that guy. Talk us through the incident towards the end at 130R. What happened there?
Oh yeah.
With me.
Yes.
Yes, I had some problem. Yes, I was following, I think, Bar Scotland, I think. And I follow him I follow him behind. I lost my front wing, so I had like an accident, but I don't know how my car could survive because I thought my race was finished. But yeah, I could finish as I could. Fortunately, I had a good gap, so I could manage as I could. So yeah. Also for me it was a very lonely race. So I try to focus in every lap. So for that reason, I think also I made this mistake, no, because I had a good gap. Maybe I can make some mistake. So yeah, but I'm happy.
Well, Carlos, once again, congratulations on tonight and congratulations on your championship.
Thank you so much and good night.
Well, I wanted to push Sebastian here, but he hasn't responded, so I'm gonna push him anyway because I can. Seb! Hello!
What?
I pushed you here. I asked you to join for VC, but you didn't respond, so I'm pushing you anyway. Congrats on your GTPAM championship win. Just
Oh, did I win the championship as well?
yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks, man. Yeah, nice. I didn't know if I won it, but goddamn, nice. Yes. Thank you. That feels good.
I mean, through all this championship, you were doing really well, even scoring some podiums overall. So some could even say that you were above GTPAM, right?
Yeah, maybe people could say that, but with iRating being the way it is, I belonged where I belonged, I guess, and that's where we raced, and that's where we won. So yeah, I can't be more happy. For
Actually,
sure.
even on this race, you were still fighting some like Ricardo Italian, who was ahead of you for a long time, but on that last pit stop, you managed to pull ahead of him. I think there was some strategy involved that actually got you on a good position, right?
Yeah, I think he overfueled a bit in the final pit stop, and then I was also fighting with Ricardo. He was in front of me after the first pit stop, and I really couldn't pass him, so I just went on fuel save mode to save out the fuel in the final pit stop, and that seemed to have worked. And then I had a gap of 4 or 5 seconds somewhere in the end, so that was just managing that to the end. So that was worked out great, for sure.
Any questions, Simon?
So, we had Matthias Wijten, GTP leader and championship winner, come in here and say he's going to do a last to first challenge next week at Sebring. Will you be joining him?
I mean, why not? We can always see what happens. Seeing as I don't have the championship to fight for, I need to do something else. So yeah, I might join him with that. Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, all the classes except for GT3 Pro, which won last race, everyone else won it this race.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. To be fair, I think I did the first challenge last week when I got my penalty at Red Bull Ring. When I had to start from the pit lane.
That's
So,
true,
we did
yeah.
that.
True.
Yeah, but I'll gladly do it again next week, for sure.
Look forward to it. Sebastian, congratulations once again.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good evening.
Goodbye. Well, as for us, Simon, that was a very eventful race, and especially interesting to see how the track changes went on from that very dark to starting to be sunlight there. I was I'm gonna say I didn't know about that sunlight thing from 140R. That makes some perspective of how these drivers had to cope with it.
Because from our angle, we're looking a little bit top down, so we don't get to see where the sun is. They have to look straight at it.
Yeah.
And the sun in iRacing is very bright, as you might expect.
Yeah, meanwhile it doesn't have a moon. But yeah, we actually will see how it goes even next season when we have rain incoming here
Oh no.
for the IMSA series. But, well, for now, we are done here. See you next week on Sebring. Goodbye.
Goodbye.